Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Racha Kadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of the Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace, blessings, salutations as always to the hopeful elect, Tabernacle of David, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, keeping the faith and diligence of our Lord Yahushai, occupying the prophecies until all is fulfilled and Lord will, we are redeemed. So the spirit is on again to go into the topic of the MOTB, and we keep going into it because this is a, this is a pressing topic. This thing is about to be rolled out any day now. All right, Esau, the way he's moving, things are picking up quick, man. So this lesson right here, I'm gonna try to make it quick and straight to the point. We'll see how the spirit goes, but yeah, man, Esau, he's about to crash the grid. He's about to reset everything. All right, when you go into the Great Reset, Klaus Schwab, the whole thing is they've been warning. All right, they've been warning that, hey, there's going to be a massive cyber attack that's going to black out the grid. They've been warning that people are going to lose access to their money, to their savings, to their funds. All right, the banks have been warning that there is going to be a collapse. So with the onset of a collapse, there's going to be a need to bring in a new system. All right, we already know how it goes, order out of chaos, and here comes the new technological Tower of Babel, in which you see AI, robotics, and biometrics at the forefront. All right, this is all a part of the fourth industrial revolution, where these devils, they plan to merge man with machine to gain an artificial, what do they call it? Artificial eternal life. All right, that's what Esau is going for. All right, so we're gonna start off with this video right here from Paul Schreiner, because they've already, I went into a lesson yesterday going into the open AI with the whole orb thing where they scan your eyeball. They've already rolled this thing out in 6 U.S. states. So 6 U.S. states are currently the testing ground for this new system that they're going to bring about. All right, so we're going to check this out real quick. Lord willing, this lesson's edifying.
We're taking yet another step closer. We are taking yet another step closer to that nightmare dystopian reality. Sam Altman's eyeball scanning ID device is about to make its world debut. It's an orb biometric device that is going to roll out in Los Angeles, San Francisco, Miami, Nashville, Austin, and Atlanta. They are saying that it's a way that you can verify your world ID. I'm wondering if this is going to tie into the real ID that's rolling out right now. But it's basically a way to distinguish you from a robot, or maybe even a deep fake imposter. OpenAI is rolling this out with Visa. If you're part of the World program, you can get your iris scanned as soon as this summer. Sam Altman was quoted as saying that we wanted a way to make sure that the human stayed special and central in a world where the internet was going to have lots of AI-driven content. The World Iris scanners are going to be set up in retail locations, and they're going to use cryptocurrency to lure you to let them scan your eyeballs. How much crypto would it take for you to let Sam Altman scan your eyes?
So there you go. You can't make this up. All right, and the men of the Lord, all right, have been warning you that these days are coming, that this is an inevitability. This is biblical prophecy that's taking place here. All right, but you have dumbasses in Israel, all right, slow bellies, just straight up wicked men that refuse to speak on this, man. They'll tell you that the mark is anything other than this right here. All right, what else could it be? You can sleep with 1,000 white women. That's not stopping you from buying and selling, bro. America can put an embargo on every single nation on the earth. That's not gonna prevent you from buying and selling, all right? This right here, if you don't have this, all right, which we'll get the next video, but if you don't have the device that's gonna go inside of, or under your skin, should I say, you won't be able to purchase anything. You won't be able to sell, run a business, or buy anything, which that is pretty much your life. All right, you work so that you can buy and sell. You can't buy and sell, then you might as well just be dead, man. You have no life in this world. So this is what the scriptures speak about. This is what John the Revelator saw on the island of Patmos. But you have false prophets out there that will tell you that this has nothing to do with that, which is pure madness. All right. And you have people that know that this technology, that this system is moving into the mark. All right. People know this. All right. But at the forefront of it, you've had the men of the Lord telling you for decades that this thing is coming. All right. Now, let's get into this. Dystopian eye scanning tech rolls out in 5 U.S. states to track your money, identify every move. All right. So remember years ago when there was a series of like small banks that started collapsing, going under, and they instituted the Fed Now. Okay, so the Fed Now pretty much was set up to centralize all banking. All right, so it's up and running now. I'm not sure if people are using it already, probably so, but the Fed Now is set up to centralize everything. So you're not going to have a Wells Fargo or Bank of America or a Chase Bank. Everything's going to be one. It's all going to be tied to one system. All right, so there is going to be no privatize anything. You're not going to own nothing. As Klaus Schwab said, you're not going to own nothing. And he said that you will be happy to own nothing. You see? So as Yuval Harari said, which is Klaus Schwab's right-hand man, we need to have what? Surveillance underneath the skin. Okay? How are they going to get surveillance underneath the skin? Well, they're going to have to put a device in you to where they can monitor you at all times. They're going to know what you're thinking. They're going to know where you are at all times. That's what what is it? Starlink is all about. Remember, they put that commercial out during the Super Bowl where they said that you can be in the middle of the Grand Canyon and they'll know where you are, so you can never get lost. Is that for you or is that for them? That's not for you. That's for them to keep tabs on you, so you can't escape this system, man. This is what it's all moving into. Check this out.
As they continue to set up the system for the mark, dystopian eye scanning tech rolls out in 5 U.S. states to track your money, identity, and every move. This news headline reads, and the boss of AI tool ChatGPT has revealed that his eyeball scanning orbs are coming to the U.S. as questions still swirl around this dystopian step into the future. Sam Altman announced Wednesday that the identity verification technology will now be available in 6 cities: Atlanta, Austin, Los Angeles, Miami, Nashville, and San Francisco. The expansion into the U.S. is all part of the Altman's plan to create a new global identity and financial network.
You heard that?
Currently, Altman's cryptocurrency.
A new global identity. All right? This is what the real ID is all about. This is what the crypto market is all about. A new global identity, which with this right here, it's going to be to basically verify that you're a human being and that you're not a robot. Which, since when has there been a need for that, right? But again, this all roads lead to the MOTB. So the point is, right now they have it in Atlanta, Austin, Texas, LA, Miami, Nashville, and San Francisco. So these are the first cities that they're going to roll this thing out in, man. And no doubt, these are going to be smart cities as well, okay? Remember LA earlier this year, LA was burning, all right? So what are they doing in LA now? Now they're building up more AI infrastructure, okay? Now they are starting to set up more biometric, what's it called? I guess infrastructure, you know what I'm saying? That's what they're doing, more, palm scans, more eye scan technology that they're going to implement within the city. You see what I'm saying? So this is what Trump was talking about when he first came in, and he said that he's going to invest how many billions of dollars into AI infrastructure, man. This is what it's all going into in these new smart cities. And I remember doing a lesson on it's a arena in Atlanta, right? That they were doing something with some contactless like ID or something like that, but this was some months ago, earlier this year. All right, so it's no wonder these cities that they're doing, all right, for the most part are major cities, major tech hubs, all right, to where they're rolling this thing out. Okay, so this is all part of the plan right here. Now, check this out, because this, you know, Esau been telling you for a long time what it is. All right, let's get this video.
The New World Order really consists of three. The New World Order really consists of three aspects. There is a new.
Salaki.
The New World Order really consists of three aspects. There is a New World political system that everyone today is calling the New World Order. As well as that, there is an economic plan for the New World Order, and that is called the New World Economic Order. In addition to those two items, there is
This is from the
a
90s, by the
third
way.
plan for religion. You see, the planners of the world know that men need a religion of some kind, even if it's a false one. So they have a plan to give us a new age world global occultic religion. So really there's three aspects to this New World Order. A New World Economic Order in which a computer chip will be injected into our hands or foreheads as a means to track, control, and identify us.
You heard that?
And will also be used to make our purchases and scan and
Well,
store.
they've already put the program in Los Angeles. In fact,
Now hold on. This is from back in the 90s, right? So as you heard this insider guy just say, they're gonna insert a microchip into your hand or into your forehead so that you can buy and sell. That's exactly what the scriptures say. So this has been known for a very long time, all right? So the elders and apostles of, you know, Great Millstone, man, they've been at the forefront of bringing this information forth. And now in these times, we actually see these things taking place. Because, you know, people were talking about this way back when, before you even saw any semblance of a chip or any semblance of infrastructure to where you can use contactless payments, man. This has been the plan all along, showing you that these devils, they plan these agendas decades in advance, okay? And they gradually roll out the technology to get people accustomed to accepting it so that by the time they're ready to roll it out full force, people won't resist it, all right? And that's Esau's thing. See, you have to remember, Esau is the devil. So his thing is that he wants to deceive you, all right? He wants you to trust him. But as the scriptures say, to never trust thy enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. So you can't trust Esau, man, because everything that he does is a snare to set you up to be destroyed. And this mark is another one of those snares. Let's continue with this video.
Named Mayor Bradley, Uncle Tom Bradley, was responsible for putting this in dogs.
Right.
And your children will be considered like animals. And
You're
operating
cattle.
through the Council on Foreign Relations, through the Trilateral Commission, through the Club of Rome, through Global 2000, which wants to reduce the population of the planet by 25%.
Whoa, hold on. You heard that? All right, so Depop is also a part of this agenda, man, which goes into I gotta be careful with my words, because you know how Esau do with the YouTube shit, man. But with that serpent venom that was rolled out some years ago, how many people are going back to the spirit world behind that? All right. If you've been noticing since that thing has been rolled out, there's been a lot more accidents on the road. People are behaving a lot more erratic and demonic, right? Why you think that is, man? People are getting bugged out. There was a video that a brother put up today, GMS dedication. There was a video he put up in which it was an Eve, and she was trying to like talk real slow, because she said if she talked fast, then something happens to where like she can't control her speech, and it's because she received that, you know what? Okay, so it's only a matter of time. I mean, you already seen it. You have healthy athletes in tip-top shape, literally work out for a living, dropping dead on the field, on the court, all right, and it's just swept under the rug, all right? But we know what the common denominator is between all these deaths, you see. But this is all part of Esau's agenda, and The video that I'm showing you here, this is from the 90s. All right, 30 years ago, man. And they talking about this, and it's the same exact thing you see happening today. All right. So this right here shows you that Esau is indeed the left hand of the Heavenly Father, man, because Esau knows prophecy, but he's been set up to deliver the left hand wickedness. All right. That's what he's set up to do. He's the sword of the Most High.
Club of Rome through Global 2000, which wants to reduce the population of the planet by 25%. 25. That's 1,250,000,000 people have to be exterminated by the year 2000.
Well, they can do that.
So essentially, this
technology.
this Illuminati is the group of men who control not only all the money on the planet through all the world banks and the Federal Reserve and so on, but they control essentially all the governments. And so these men are planning to
And
bring
that's the wicked, Job
bring
9:24.
about a global form of government.
The earth
that's
is given
unique
into the
in all
hand of the
history.
wicked.
It's a total enslaving system of world communism and fascism, controlled by a hierarchy in Europe that Anthony calls what? The oligarchy.
Well, no, I call it the evil archy.
The evil archy.
The oligarchy of evil.
So these
Yeah,
men are
so
satanically
you get the point of that, all right? But they're going into the oligarchy, which oligarchy means the rule of a few, okay? But here in America, they'll tell you that this is a democracy, which means I believe the etymology is like many, like the rule of the people, you know what I'm saying? But no, the people don't run shit here in America. It's the elites, all right? Trump, he not calling no shots. He's taking orders from the Red Shield people, from the Rothschilds, Amalek. That's who he take his orders from, all right? Because he's nothing more than a puppet that's set up to bring forth an agenda. Because check it out, right? You got to remember, America is a corporation. You see, so in a corporation, you have your media team, you know what I'm saying? You got your salespeople, all right? Which your salespeople in this corporation would be your politicians, your presidents, right? Because look at what they do. I don't want to get off topic, but look at what they do every time there's an election, all right? They're trying to sell you which candidate is the best. They're trying to put this out here. They're attacking each other. They're going back and forth. When in reality, they are some devils, man. All of them are working with the left hand. None of these people are for your best interest, man. But they set up this left-right paradigm to throw you off. But if you don't know no better, which majority of people don't, you're going to opt into this thing and you're going to put all of your trust into a system that is not for you, that is set up to destroy you, okay? So this is what these devils do, man. Again, he's the deceiver. He's the adversary. He's set up to destroy your mind. Everything that this man do is a psyop, a psychological operation, which goes back to warfare, which Esau was blessed with the sword, okay? He is the sword of the Most High. So everything that he does is war, okay? A war on the mind, right? Now check this out. All right, we're going through a lot of videos, but just to bring on the point, all right? Because very soon, as it says in Revelation 13 and 16, that he's going to cause all, okay? So through his laws, through his policies, all right, through his, order out of chaos, this man is going to cause you to accept this mark. And if you're not built up enough in the spirit, then you will receive it, okay? So the time is going to come where Esau, he going to pass laws to say that if you want to keep your job, you got to get the rice grain. You know what I'm saying? You got to get the chip. That's the only way that you're going to be able to buy and sell, right? So check this out right here. Would you get microchipped at work?
Let me ask you at home, and even the guys here in the studio, a question. Let's say your boss offered you an easier way to log onto your computer in the morning, or bypass having to get change for the vending machine, or even get through a secure
And it's
door.
all going to be in the name of
by
convenience.
having a microchip planted in your hand. Anyone? Yes? Anyone? Yeah. Well, it's apparently happening, and not everybody's happy about the idea.
I'm stunned to hear that that's actually something that's being considered now. I mean, that sounds so science fiction.
Kind of does, doesn't it? That's why we put Samuel Burke on the task. Apparently the guys in the studio aren't having it. How about you? What do you think of this?
Well, it's experimental, so we can't be sure of what's going to happen. But you know me, I'm an experimental type of guy, so I would go along with it. Just when it comes to work, nothing else, hey? But basically, what this company is doing, they're trying this out. I've got to tell you, this is RFID technology. That probably doesn't mean a lot to anybody at home, but it's the same technology we have in our badges that we use to get into work. So there's a company in Wisconsin. They're giving employees the option, and about 50 out of the 80 employees have opted to do it. So they can, instead of using the badge or instead of using their phone to buy something at the vending machine or instead of using a credit card, they just have a little chip inserted into their hand right there between the thumb and your pointer finger. It's done by either a tattoo artist or someone who has a license to do piercings put in that way. And it's really just the same technology that we're using inside other devices, only you can't lose it, even though I've been known to lose my hand every once in a while. Now, important to note here, the FDA has granted permission for similar technology to be used before, but they have regulations over concerns of radiation from some of these chips. So there are potential issues out there, but there are regulations in place.
Yeah, and look, that radiation, all right, that's going to be a part of what's going to cause that grievous sore for the people that get this thing, okay? Because the scriptures speak about those that receive the mark, you know what I'm saying? They're going to receive a grievous sore. Let's get that. Bear with me one moment. Cause yeah, man, you know, people that get that thing, they're gonna be through. All right, get that revelation. This is Revelation 16. Revelation 16 and verse 2. And it says, so the first went out and poured out his bowl upon the earth, and a foul and loathsome sore came upon the men who had the mark of the beast and those who worshiped his image. So all those that receive the MOTB, all right, they're going to receive that grievous sore because that radiation that's going to emit from that device is not going to agree with your body. So naturally, your body is going to reject that foreign device. Okay, and a lot of people are going to succumb to their injuries from that as well. All right, so this thing, even if you get it and you somehow survive until the Lord comes, your ass still going to be cooked. All right, you still going to be destroyed, man. So all the way around, this is a no-go for us, all right? For the true believers, for you Akim and Akwat out there, you got to have it in your mind to where this is not an option, okay? Because either way, you're going to feel like, okay, I just got to opt into this. You know, Esau is going to incentivize you, all right? Esau going to tell you, yeah, well, I'll give you X amount of cryptocurrency a month, you know what I'm saying? Or we'll give you free housing, or you'll get certain amount of rations, you know, per day. He gonna come with all that shit, and it's gonna sound real good, you know. It's gonna sound like it's too good to be true, but it is, okay? Because it's all a snare, just like how it was during the CV, where these niggas was giving out Hershey Park passes. You know, they was giving out burgers and fries. Like, they was giving out all type of stuff, man, for them stupid ass people that went out there and rolled their sleeve up. But that was an incentive to take this man's serpent venom to destroy you, all right? Because all those that were messed up from that thing, all right, they were all part of an experiment, a part of that Depop agenda, all right? So, let's get this as well. Check this out, because like how we went into the WorldCoin yesterday, right? This is the scene of what people are doing, okay? Because, you got people lined up around the block to receive this thing, to receive this crypto, this WorldCoin, to become a, world citizen, right? Check it out.
Hundreds of kids line up around the corner so they can scan their eyeballs, their irises,
Look at
so
that.
they can get the new privacy coin, WorldCoin. If you ask me, it's a scam and is a rollout of what you will see for CBDCs in the future.
Yep.
Hundreds of kids line up around
So
the corner so they can scan their...
you see how many people are lined up to receive this thing, man. And this is voluntary. There's no law, there's no mandate that says you have to take this thing right now. But people are, because one thing about this world, people love to follow trends, right? Which trends, that's some worldly shit, but people love to follow trends. You know what I'm saying? So people want to be ahead of the wave, you know what I'm saying? They want to be ahead of the game and be the first ones, you know what I'm saying, to be a part of something. So you got millions of people, wherever this thing is rolling out, lined up to receive this thing, man. And it ain't even mandatory yet. So just imagine when Esau really put that pressure on and he's like, yo, you have to get this thing. You know what I'm saying? Like you either you opt in or you're going to be opt out. You're going to be blackballed. You can't work. You can't keep your apartment or keep your house. You can't make your car payment. People going to lose everything, man. All right. And let's go to 1 John 2:15, right? Because we're not supposed to love the world, right? Because the scriptures also say that he that seeks to save his life shall lose it. Okay, so if you're going to go down to Egypt for help, if you're going to look to the devil for salvation, you got to know that he's going to destroy you, that he might make it look good, sound good, but at the end, he's going to what? Undermine you, okay? He's going to throw you into a pit, man. That's his ultimate desire, to destroy, all right? So this is 1 John 2:15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. All right. So we that's in his truth, we have separated from the world. We have took our spirit, took our mind out of this place. Yeah, we are here and we operate within this world, but we are not of this place, meaning that we're not into the stuff that these people out here are into. You know what I'm saying? We have a completely different mindset. We condemn this world, right? So if you love the world, then the love of the Father is not in you, man. You are not of Yahweh Bashmel Shai if you have love or you want to be a part of this world. See, our daily prayer is that this world be destroyed. You know what I'm saying? That we get up out of here and that we receive salvation, that we be counted worthy to escape the trying times coming upon this earth. But the people of this world, if they're praying for it, they're praying for this place to continue, okay, which is anti-Hamashiach behavior, okay? Because it's not the Lord's will that this place continue. Let me drink some water. It's not the Lord's will that this place continue, man. It's the Lord's will that this place be burned with fire. So if you love the world, then you're against Yahweh Bashmel Shai and you're going to be destroyed. All right? Simple as that. Now, let me see here. We can read a little bit of this article. OpenAI biometric iris scanning called the Orb launches in 6 U.S. cities for digital identity. It says, at the heart of World ID is the Orb, a sleek spherical scanner that captures a person's unique iris pattern to generate an iris code. And that code is basically going to be tied to a number, a 12-digit number, all right, which when you read in Revelation, the 13th chapter, it goes into the number of his name. Okay, that's going to be tied to it as well with this AI and the merging man with machine and all of that. Okay, and check it out. They're going to give you an incentive, right? So it says here, as an incentive, participants are rewarded with $40 worth of WLD cryptocurrency, which can be spent, exchanged, or shared with other World ID holders, right? So this is an incentive to get you to opt in and also get other people to get on board. You see? So you can share this money with your friends, your family, whatever. All right, so people are going to view this thing as a good thing, okay? And you got to keep in mind as well, this is why the Lord has built us up in the spirit and has allowed us to, live, how can I put it? To live a life that is really not desirable, man. Because at the end of the day, these people, they're all going to go towards this direction right here. They're all going to run towards this shit, man. You see, because why? They love the world. And ultimately, they want the approval of their peers. See, we don't give a shit. All right, we don't give a damn what people think about us, man. You know what I'm saying? Because again, we are not of the world, so we have a whole different mindset. You know what I'm saying? We not looking to please these wicked ass worldly people, man. Like, to hell with them. They're gonna be destroyed anyway. They can't save us. So what the hell do you care what they think for? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Esau's coming with incentives, okay? And he'll probably even come with some BS like, if you trade in your dollars, like we'll give you double the amount of cryptocurrency. Esau will do that. You know what I'm saying? So all this is on blockchain, World ID's U.S. rollout marks a significant step in its mission to create a global identity verification network. So this is a global thing. Okay, this is a worldwide thing that's going to take place. No nation is going to be excluded from this, man. Okay, which this goes into what? Revelation, the 3rd chapter, the hour of temptation. Okay, in which all people, the whole earth is going to be tried with this thing. You see? So there is no escape. The company plans to deploy 7,500 orb devices across the U.S. Pay attention. 7,500 orbs, man. Okay, so real soon you're gonna be seeing these things in a city near you, and they're gonna be having events. You know, go down to the whatever the biggest venue in your city is. You know, go down, get your eyeball scanned, and you're gonna be knowing people that at first they might be like, I don't know about that, but after a while, when they start to see that there's benefit behind it, they're gonna start flooding in to go and scan their damn eyeball, man, and very soon it's gonna be getting chipped. Okay. So you're going to be the eyeball, all right? You're going to be looking like, man, this shit is crazy. But they're going to be looking at you like, why don't you get it? Like, what's wrong with it? You know, that's going to be their mindset. Why not get it? I'm getting money. Like, times are hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can pay my rent off this. You'd have to be crazy not to. That's what these people are going to say. All right? But little do they know, man, what this thing is. You know, and these are the same people that... the men of the Lord, the prophets, are telling them what the mark is, and they continuously scoff, all right? Which they know in their spirit that it ain't right, but because they so damn wicked and they love this world, they gonna opt into it anyway. Hey, but that's gonna be on them, man. All right, so it says 7,500 orb devices across the U.S. by the end of 2025, targeting an ambitious 180 million users. So if they planning this to roll this thing out in so many cities by this year alone, this thing, you know, very well could be full-blown up and running system by next year. All right, this is how close we are. Globally, the project has already scanned the irises of 12 million people. So globally, 12 million people have already had their eyeball scanned. They're already a part of the World ID system. See that? With this user base nearly doubling to 26 million in the past 6 months alone. So goddamn, so it's actually double that. Okay. So within the past, so the start of this year, all right, it's gone from 12 to 26 million. Okay, more than double. You see that? So this thing is this thing is serious. All right, governments in Spain, Argentina, Kenya, and Hong Kong have either, it says, suspended or investigated the project due to concerns over excessive data collection. But see, that's not going to stop nothing. That's the least of their worries. All they got to do is come out and say, oh, it's secure, it's encrypted, nobody knows. But they have all the information in the database that they need already, man. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I mean, y'all get the point. You see, but this is the direction that the world is going. And when you get Exodus 23, it says, Exodus 23:2, thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to rest judgment. So we are not to follow a multitude, follow the world to do evil, because taking this MOTB is an evil thing. All right. And men that are not warning of, or men, Salakia, that are not warning against taking the MOTB, that's an evil thing. All right. So we are not to follow the rudiments of this world, because what? It's going to lead to death, man, ultimately. And we want life. You know what I'm saying? We want crowns to be put on our heads. We want the kingdom of heaven. We want to be the first fruits. We don't want to feel a thermonuclear fire. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to eat a missile. So this is why we're going to abstain from the ways of this world and separate ourselves, man. Because, hey, look, the time is coming to where, you know, we operate within the world now and we do what we got to do. But the Lord is going to make it so very soon to where we're going to have to completely separate 100% and, you know, just be with the Lord, man. That's what time we coming into. So, again, if your faith is not, if you're not fully convinced in what you believe, if you're not fully convinced in Yahweh Bashmel Shai, then you're going to fold. You know what I'm saying? When the test is put on you, when that pressure comes, you're going to fold because you ain't been built up enough, you know? And that's majority of people that call themselves Christian, call themselves spiritual, you know, call themselves being godly. You know what I'm saying? They ain't ready for this, man. Right? They're not ready to walk away and lose everything. You know what I'm saying? And that's why through the Spirit, I went into a lesson about a month or two ago, you know, prepare to embrace loss, because that's the reality of the time that we're in. You have to prepare to lose the comforts of this life, man, because this is what it takes to follow Yahweh Shai, right? Just like when Yahweh Shai told that rich man that if you want the kingdom, that you have to what? Sell all you have and follow me. And he wasn't willing to do it. All right, so that rich man that Yahweh Shai was speaking to, he would have took the mark, okay, because he loved the world. He loved his material possessions, and no doubt he worked hard to get it. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, I can't just walk away from all this. Like, I didn't put in all this work and all of this, but it's all vanity, man. Because look, one day you're gonna die, and you can't take that shit with you. So it's all vanity anyway. You know what I'm saying? But that rich man would have taken the mark, man, because he loved his life more than following the Lord, more than the kingdom of heaven, more than Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. All right. So, hey, that's what time it is, man. We're gonna have to walk away from whatever you have, and hey, as the scriptures say, to walk by faith and not by sight. You know, and it's gonna take some faith, man, to really be out here and just trust in the Lord 100%. Okay. Let's get Matthew 26 and 41. Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. The spirit is indeed willing. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Our spirit, we have it set up in our spirit to where, you know, taking that MOTB, hell no. Okay, but then you'll have people that when they're presented with hunger, when they're presented with being cold or being hot, and Esau come with a carrot and dangle it in front of their face and say, I can make all this go away. Just take this. You know what I'm saying? The flesh is weak. So you're going to give in to your carnal desires over what you know is right in the spirit. And this is the mindset we can't have, man. See, you know, this is why the Lord got brothers set up like how he do. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't got no silver spoon, man. But hey, at the end of the day, the Lord provides and we have what we need. Okay, but at the end of the day, once your number or your card gets pulled at the job, or, you know what I'm saying, something happens, hey, look, just know that it's all from Yahweh Bashmiel Shai, man, because the Lord is going to preserve you in this time. You know what I'm saying? The Lord has something set up for us already to where we're going to be preserved. Right? So we don't have to worry about what we're going to eat, where we're going to sleep, what we're going to drink. You know what I'm saying? We just have to have faith and believe and trust in Yahweh Bashmiel Shai that all will be well, which it will be. Okay? Ephesians chapter 6 and 11. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. and all that we went through in this lesson, man, these are all the wiles of the devil. These are things that they have devised in think tanks. Okay, these are things that they have plotted over hundreds of years, man, to eventually get to this point. All right, because who are the elites being led by? They're being led by the spiritual being Satan. Okay, which his agenda goes back to the garden, man. All right, so he's had thousands of years to get this thing together, to put it together craftily. You know what I'm saying? Devise this thing to where it's like, unless you're in the spirit, you won't see it. He gonna run circles around your ass if you ain't in the spirit. You know what I'm saying? So that's why having this truth, you know, putting on the full armor of Yahweh Bashmi Shai is crucial in this time, man, because those that ain't in the spirit, they gonna get caught off guard, and you know they're gonna be put in a position to where they gonna destroy themselves. All right, by taking this man's mark and opting into his system. Okay, verse 12: For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. See that? So we not warring against flesh and blood men. Okay, we're this is bigger than the flesh, man. This is a spiritual war. Okay, this is good against evil, man, which is what has been playing out since the fall in the garden. Okay, ever since the garden, right? Because the Lord said, if you eat from the tree, the forbidden tree of the knowledge of good and evil, your eyes will be open, right? So since then, this whole experience that we've been living is experiencing good and evil. Okay, that's what this thing is all about. Because when we get into the kingdom, all right, we're gonna appreciate righteousness. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna appreciate you know, living in a righteous society, because we would have lived through the worst, and we'll know that, listen, this is something that we never want to go back to, because we've experienced the worst of it, man. It's better to be obedient, to follow the instruction of Yahweh Bashmi Shai, so that what you can live and have life and that you can prosper, man. Because living in this world is not beneficial. It's really just not, you know. So that's really the whole thing about it. And we can close out on Revelation 13, right? Because this man, this damn red devil, you know what I'm saying? Revelation 13 and 16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Okay, which, as we went into in this lesson, is the ultimate form of that is going to come in the form of the microchip, the RFID. Okay, that's, you know what I'm saying, all this cryptocurrency and digital ID, that's not the mark in and of itself, you know what I'm saying, but that's leading to the mark, all right? That's getting you primed and prepped to receive the mark, you know what I'm saying? But the actual mark is when this thing goes in your forehead as it is written, or in your right hand. That's when you going, oh, matter of fact, Salaki, there's another video I got, you know? That's the spirit as well. Let me get there real quick. Yeah, here we go. That's the spirit. Close out like this.
I put a microchip in my arm, and it's the best thing ever. This chip is a powerhouse. It's got everything I need. A credit card. I put a microchip in my arm, and it's the best thing ever. This chip is a powerhouse. It's got everything I need. A credit card, my ID, my medical info, and even my keys. And when it's time for groceries, you just tap your wrist and bam! Transaction done. It's like magic. In a medical emergency, it can save my life. Experts can easily identify me and my medical history. I feel like a sci-fi character, and I'm loving it. This amazing chip is totally free. That's right, no more digging into your pockets. And the best part, the surgery is quick. They'll give you a cookie afterwards.
See that? Your ass to get a cookie, man. All right? Your ass get chipped up, they're going to have a cookie waiting for you after. Like, yeah, good boy, good girl. You know what I'm saying? This damn devil is something else, man. But, you know, it just shows you the folly of this world. It shows you how destroyed that people are, man, to where they'll accept some they'll accept a damn cookie for destroying your damn self. Make it make sense. But yeah, man, you know, we're going to close out right there. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying through the Rakah Kadash. In closing, call Allah Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakah Kadash. And until the next time, Lord willing, shalom to the elect. Kum Yasha Allah, wa ba ba. Shalom on to the next one.